After praising Cardi for the past year, I'm gonna take us back to reality and maybe hate a little bit because I have some things I need to talk about ever since he just dropped some more. He dropped a new song on his Finsta, Opium, whatever, on his Finsta, whatever. It was like a 2 minute song, apparently produced by him. It was a pretty good song actually. So I'm not gonna hate on the song itself. I'm gonna hate on basically how much this guy oversaturated the market too soon. That's a crazy thing to say because he basically had to starve the past 5 years ever since Whole Lotta Red and then dropped I Am Music. And in my opinion, he might need to go ghost again. Like, build up the mysterious aura thing, whatever. I know it's corny to say that, but it might be true because when he dropped it, I just didn't fucking care. And that's a problem. When you're an artist that caliber with that much success, commercial success within the past couple years, collabing with some of the biggest artists in the world like The Weeknd, collabing with guys like Drake, Kanye West, and all these guys, Travis Scott, Metro Boomin, Future, all these guys, huge names in hip hop, right? You're having number ones, you're having the top 10 debuts of songs. Your album sold over 200K units first week. There's no reason why I shouldn't give a fuck. But for whatever reason, I just don't care. And I think I know why. I don't think I Am Music was that great. I thought it was great initially, but over time, listening to the album, I don't go back to that many songs anymore. And I think part of the problem was that there was too many songs. Over 30 songs is fucking nuts. You should never ever do that as an artist. And Carti should have not done it. I know his fans were begging for music. He didn't drop a single album the past 5 years. That's a long fucking time. I understand that. However, no artist should be dropping a whole album that's 30 songs plus, right? Because I think it was like 28, 27 songs, and then he dropped the deluxe, and then he drops this, and he dropped the remix with the Kanye NBA YoungBoy song, and it's just like, I just don't care. And I know I'm not alone because I Am Music, the album as a whole, the songs, none of them besides Rather Lie is still in the Hot 100. Most of the songs fell off the charts relatively quickly. I think the only ones that stayed for a while was Evil Jordan and Rather Lie. There is a problem when the highest charting song Carti has currently on the Hot 100 is Timeless. Timeless wasn't even on the fucking album. It dropped last year in 2024. It is a problem. If you don't think that's a problem, then I don't know. Because you would think the highest charting song that Carti would have right now on the Hot 100 would be something from the album, but it's not. It is Timeless, a song with The Weeknd that came out last year. That is a fucking problem. Alright, I know I'm not alone with the Carti fatigue because I'm experiencing it. And I think another problem with that is that the sound is pretty much the same ever since those features he's been dropping. Basically, ever since Fiend, the sound has been pretty much the same. That's not a bad thing. However, now we've heard like 40 songs with the same sound. And when you do that, rinse and repeat over and over and over again, it gets kind of tiresome for the consumer, which is us. And every single time I just saw the news that Carti dropped and I just didn't have an urgency to go listen to it immediately. And I think that's the problem. The problem is that this guy dropped a huge load of music on us too soon. I think the album should have just been 17 songs, 20 at most, and called it there. There's some fluff on the album. He didn't need that many Kendrick features on there. I'm just going to say that right now. He could have got rid of some other songs too, like the solo Uzi track. As much as I like that song, it served no purpose to be there. And there's just a lot of things I'm just kind of confused on what he's doing exactly. Apparently he's going to drop another album. If he drops another album, he might face the same issue Uzi faced all those years ago when he dropped Eternal Will Take. Because when Uzi dropped Eternal Will Take, he had the immense amount of hype. Same thing with Carti. And then just flooded the market with too much music. Oversaturation will fatigue your audience from wanting to listen to your music. And when you fatigue them, they don't have an urgency to go listen to your music. They don't feel a desire, a need to go listen to your music. And that is a problem when you are an artist trying to create music. So I don't know what Carti does. In my opinion, he needs to go ghost. I know people think it's corny, but I genuinely think he needs to go ghost. Be mysterious. Build up your aura. I hate using that word. It is so freaking corny, but that is literally what he needs to do to give people a reason to care about him. Give people to miss him, basically. Just disappear. You've already done all your media press. You've already did your concerts. You did your shows. You did all that. You promoted your album. You did a lot of things. that I respect and I appreciate that. But now I think it's time for you to go ghost again. I do, because I think Carti has reached his peak. I don't think he's ever gonna see that many sales within its first week ever again. Especially when you blow an album to 30 songs like that. Yeah, you're gonna sell 200,000 units first week when you have so much fucking hype in the world. You have pretty much the whole industry behind you, and you blow it to 30 songs. You're gonna sell 200,000 units first week. I was not surprised by that, but it was a great number. Awesome first week sales. I'm not gonna discredit him there, but I will say that maybe he needs to slow down on the music or change up the sound, because it's starting to get repetitive. It sounds pretty much rehashed, same thing over and over again. Like the new song, Some More, was great. I think it's a great song. I like the production on there. Awesome. But I already know Carti has great production. Apparently he produced it. Shout out to him. That was great production. But I don't care, you know? I just want to care. And it's hard for me to care about new music when I feel like things are just sounding too similar. And I think Carti is one of those few artists, in my opinion, that has deviated from the norm and has made his sound unique to himself. Sometimes he can sound similar to Future, which is fine to me. I like the deep voice. I know some people don't fuck with it. I do. I'm really fond of it. So in my opinion, it's just maybe slow it down a bit. Don't do too many features, because I know he dropped a feature with Nav as well, but I just think he needs to slow it down. Because if he keeps dropping, he's going to oversaturate the market. His audience is going to get fatigued and tired and exhausted. They're not going to feel urgent, like they need to go listen to his music immediately when it drops, because if he does that, there's going to be a problem. You're going to see a huge decline in sales, and just people not really caring as much as about him than they should. And yeah, and in my opinion, Carti just needs to maybe just go ghost. I know people are probably not a fan of that, but he needs to go ghost, build up his aura, whatever. Maybe work on a new album. That sounds completely different. I know he's working on an album apparently called Baby Boy, allegedly dropping this year. I don't think it is. I just don't see why he should. He shouldn't, in my opinion. He doesn't need to drop a new album when your current album right now, like most of the songs aren't performing that well. Maybe the album will age better over time. I know a whole lot of Reddit took like a year and a half for it to age better over time. And same case might happen with I Am Music. I highly doubt it, but it happened for his previous album, so it could happen again. I'm not gonna sit here and just hate on him the whole time, but there's a chance that it ages really well. But for me, it just hasn't aged that well for me. I liked a lot of songs initially, and then I've just listened to it less and less and less. And I don't think those songs were bad. It's just not sticking for me. And I know I'm not alone, because the Hot 100 literally tells me that. The songs fell off really quickly off the charts, but that's not to say the album was bad. It's just maybe it's because he dropped too many songs at once. And I know that can be a problem with some of the fans when they listen to an album, because I know a lot of people, like when they're a fan of someone like Carti, they're gonna listen to the whole album, and it was a chore to get through that album. I will say that. But yeah, in my opinion, Carti, go ghost, go work on your new album, try to change up the sound maybe, but just disappear. People will miss you. People will want more music from you. Do that. Don't flood the market. You flood the market, people are slowly just not going to care. And in my opinion, that's what he's got to do.